the weakest horriblest still continues. We have a government shutdown. The Republicans now, ostensibly, they shut the government down because they didn't like Obamacare. And now they're just shutting it down because they got to get something out of it. I mean, they've gone all through the trouble of not voting and preventing, frankly, a vote in the House to continue the functioning of the government. And so now they got to get something for it. I don't know, they want a cookie. Maybe President Obama should head down to the Congress and hand everybody like a little gold star and tape it right to their forehead.
That would help. Nice little toys, right?
Yeah.
Make them happy. Binders full of women to go through.
Maybe we could get. Maybe we could just sort of like. They would like some type of like bloodletting of poor people, maybe on the on the floor of Congress. Louis Gohmert can be there and do some type of ceremony where he sacrifices an unemployed person.
All the firstborn minority unemployed children.
There you go.
I can see that. That would help Gohmert grow back some hair in his head. He'd get so excited.
Maybe that will be it. I mean, this is just stunning. I mean, it really, in many respects, it just comes down to your buddy John Bonaire wanting to retain his speakership because there's votes in the Senate. I mean, the House.
20 different, maybe more now. I saw 20 different Republicans. The moderate wing, which is the wing that only half goose steps of the Republican Party. They want to now. They've said 20 of them have said they would vote for a clean continuing resolution, meaning nothing to do with defunding Obamacare. Meaning, yes, the votes are there because I can't see more than 2 or 3 dunderheads in the Democratic caucus breaking away, and you'd at most, and you'd have it. But Boehner, I don't really know what's going on in Boehner's head. You know, he's got a solid tan. He's drunk. He likes some frickin' cigarettes. I don't really understand why he doesn't just do what the Chamber of Commerce wants, force a vote on this frickin' thing, and go become a corporate lobbyist for $1 million a year. What is he trying to hold on to here? More tanning time. Probably he'll go work somewhere where he can smoke indoors, take down so much Merlot it'll be sprinkling out of him like he's a frickin' sprinkler in the backyard. He's all good.
It really is stunning, and you know, I was on Chris Hayes' program last night with Ben Dominic. I don't know how Dominich. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Isn't he the guy that was like supposed to be hired by the
Washington Post,
but then he was strangely copying things that other people wrote?
No, I think what you're looking for is plagiarism. Yeah,
I think they call it plagiarism, and he was doing that. So then the Washington Post said, our editorial board can only get away with that. We're not going to hire this guy.
And now I think he works for the Heartland Institute, which is...
those are those guys that put up the billboards that think global warming is just God sneezing on us, right?
Right, indeed. So this guy was on last night, and, you know, it was one of the few places that I've heard at least anybody say in the media, frankly, that there could be a vote today and start the government if they allowed this vote to take place. I mean, this isn't like the shutdowns of days gone by where there simply wasn't enough votes to start the government back up. There could be a vote. So this really is just one guy deciding that his own position is far more relevant than people, and I've got a list here of stuff that, you know, going around the country. You've got 800,000 workers who are losing now a week of pay minimum. 800,000 furloughed federal workers around the country, and this includes National Guardsmen. This includes people working at state parks, national parks. This
right.
includes a whole mess of people. 800,000 who are going to lose, at the very least, 1 week of pay. That's around, 2%? Next week it's going to be 4%. These are not people who are making a lot of money. This is just stunning. It's stunning.
Republicans in the House, the ones they're just such. I really can't heap enough contempt on them. I would take really a really long time. They're all those people that you've met throughout your life that you've just thought to yourself, these are just the most terrible, sickening, horrible. They're just terrible people. I mean, probably most people have seen, the video by now of Randy Hamburger, Newberger, whatever the hell his name is, from Texas, the guy showing up at the World War II Memorial and yelling at the park ranger that it was their fault it was closed because he voted to shut down the government. That one's been going viral. So he screamed at somebody who's an innocent person in this because he's a jackass. Then I go and I start reading the quotes that are out there, and you gave a quote earlier from that idiot congressman from Indiana about we don't know what we want. We've been disrespected.
Here it is. We're not going to be disrespected. We have to get something out of this. I don't know what that even is.
Right. I mean, that's just it speaks for itself. And then we get Renee Elmers, Republican of North Carolina, get an interview today. Republican. Quote, I need my paycheck. That's the bottom line. I understand that there may be some other members who are deferring their paychecks, and I think that's admirable. I'm not in that position. Yeah, how about all the freaking people that you were just talking about, Sam, that aren't in that position? You imbecile. Every one of them should just smack her across the damn face. I mean, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, I can't imagine if I were one of those people and then all these people, can somebody, some smart listener to the show explain to me why members of Congress get paid during a shutdown they caused, but other people don't? I don't get it. I don't understand how that works. They shut the government down, so doesn't that include them? Are they in the government?
I don't know why they're not like the Capitol Police, why they're not like the other 1.2 million federal workers who are working without pay, supposedly will get back pay. We don't know whether those 800,000 furloughed workers will get back pay at all. I find it hard to believe that the Republicans will allow that. But even to the extent that they do have an opportunity to get back pay, you're talking about people who are probably do not have huge savings. Very few Americans these days do. Their rent is due. And we're not even touching upon the people the kids in Head Start who have been thrown out. We're not talking about those mothers of infants who cannot get subsidies to feed their infant babies. I mean, this is just
because these guys are so pro-life. I mean, they're such sickening. It's like we literally went for a grab bag of the dregs of our society, and that is who the Tea Party caucus in Congress is made of. I mean, as I said, just all the most hypocritical, miserable, angry, resentful, stupid people you've come across in your life, and they've been granted seats in a body that actually makes decisions. It's unbelievable. I don't even care what your ideology is. It's like this isn't I mean, these people are paying themselves while they're taking away other people's money. It's unbelievable to me that anyone could support this.
Let's just going around the country. Charleston, West Virginia, fire protection for Yeager Airport could be threatened if the federal government shutdown lasts more than a week or so. We are now at close to a week or so. That's according to the Major General James Hoyer, Adjunct General of the West Virginia National Guard. Oregon National Guard hit by federal shutdown. Arkansas National Guard hit by shutdown. In Idaho, officials at the Craters of the Moon National Monument were not able to put any of their 16 staff employees on who are now on furlough. They couldn't send them out to search for a 63-year-old woman who is missing Tuesday morning because U.S. law says they can't do any work that has not been allocated funding. And fortunately, I think by Wednesday or Thursday of this week, they were able to get some volunteers, but they couldn't go search for this woman who is presumably now probably dead.
And that's the thing. I'm glad you're talking about that because that's, we talked about this last week, and what I can't stand are that when, we replace reality with euphemisms to clean it up and make it sound nice. Here's what they're doing. You know, I like it. I loved it when what's his name, the independent former governor of Maine, Angus King, who caucuses with the Democrats, he's an independent, came out and said what the right-wing extremists are doing is committing murder by cutting people's health care, because he's somebody who, when he was young, Angus King, would have died if he didn't have health care. I'm trying to remember what, if it was cancer or something that was discovered, and it was only the fact that he had health care that he was able to get the treatments he needed. You know, I mean, we say this stuff and we say it, you know, if it's a dictator killing people in a foreign country, whatever. But let's just be honest here: they're killing people, they're starving people, they're maiming people, they're hurting people terribly. I mean, you know, let's just say what it is, right? They're taking food out of kids' mouths. They're women who are, you know, like a woman like this woman who disappears. They're allowing her to die. This is what's going on. This is what the sort of logical extension of what these imbeciles believe. This is the country they want to live in. This is, you know, what gets their you know, that makes them feel all manly in the morning is to wake up and hurt people. What do you call people like that?
Republicans?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the right synonym at this point. I would also go with psychopaths, lunatics,